This game was always great. A platform for players to stretch the art form and themselves, while leaving footsteps for others to follow. And this year, the future of women's lacrosse arrived. Faster, sharper, and tougher. And more exciting than ever.
For one program, those long-awaited dreams will turn into reality today as we welcome you to Towson, Maryland, home to the 2021 Women's Lacrosse National Championship game, and it's an all-ACC final. Syracuse and Boston College set to meet for a fourth and final time with history on the line. Both teams attempting to win their program's first ever national championship today. We started championship weekend with two undefeated teams, perennial powers. North Carolina, Northwestern both went down on Friday, setting the stage for a new champion to be crowned today. Will it be Syracuse? Will it be Boston College? We'll find out together. Alongside the newly minted Hall of Famer, she and Stanwick Birch. I'm Jay Alter. We'll be joined by Dana Boyle in just a moment. In a sport, Sheehan, that has been dominated by dynasties in the last 3 decades. It's fun and exciting. We're going to get a new champion today.
It's amazing. It's great for the sport, great for the growth of the game. Both these programs familiar with being here, but haven't done a take home that trophy. So you can feel the energy of practice, and it's going to be an awesome day.
For Boston College, the Eagles have been painfully close. Heartbreak after heartbreak. This is their fourth straight trip to a championship game, but they've yet to win the big one. They've lost the last 3. First to Maryland in 2017, then a 1-goal loss to James Madison, and then most recently against Maryland again. They get another chance today, and Sheehan, perhaps it's a player of destiny. It's Charlotte North. If there's going to be a player to get it done, it's Charlotte North, the most electrifying player in the sport.
She's been such a treat to watch this season. She really is the complete package for Boston College. She does so many things well. The draw control she excels at. She's got 170. But look at her other skills. She's got power. She's able to roll the crease, really dangerous from behind. Amazing job. The skill. She's got excellent stick work. Her fakes. She's an joy to watch. Her stick skills. She's amazing. Can beat her defenders. So shifty. Gets the separation. Really allows herself to get her hands free, rip the shots, and watch her pick her corners. It is a real fun thing to see.
She's been a human highlight reel all season long, and she's doing things that we've never seen before. An NCAA tournament record, 25 goals in just 4 games. Sheehan, if you're the Orange, you know you have to keep pace with this Boston College offense. It's such a team-oriented offense when you look at Gary Gates' style. But who individually sets the tone today for Syracuse?
Well, the Orange has a great offensive system with everyone involved, but this starts with Megan Tyrell, the junior. She has been phenomenal. Syracuse has had a lot of injuries on their roster, but Tyrell has stepped up and really starting to pour on the points. She does it in a quiet way, though. She slips into space. She's able to get those great feeds, finish right on the doorstep, comes off the 8-meter. A great assister as well. She's being helped out by her younger sister, Emma Tyrell, and then the freshman star, Emma Ward. But look for Megan Tyrell to set the tone.
And Tyrell has quietly joined elite company. She snuck up on everybody. She's now tied with Alyssa Murray for 4th most points in a Syracuse season. Let's check in down on the field. Dana Boyle, who's your X factor today?
You know, Jay, when you talk about all these high-powered offenses, and deservingly so, this year in men's and women's lacrosse, it's the year of the goalie. When you look at that Friday game, Rachel Hall, she had 11 saves on the season. That was a high for her. When you look at that game, Rachel Hall played lights out. Billy Bitter told me, the assistant coach for the Eagles, if she can have 10 to 12 saves in that game, they will win, and they did just that with 11 saves. You look at the other end of the field, Asa Goldstock, she had a huge game. She was outstanding in that game. Gary Gate credits a lot of the success for Syracuse, starting from the defense and moving to the offense. This game, goalie's got to play huge.
Good luck.
And we start with the draw, where Boston College has dominated Syracuse in their 3 previous meetings. But that's all in the past. Winner takes all today between Syracuse and Boston College at Charlotte North in maroon and gold, and Caitlin Mashesky in orange and white for Syracuse. And we are underway in the 2021 Women's Lacrosse National Championship. A whistle against Boston College. It'll be Syracuse who starts with opening possession.
Charlotte North has been such an amazing asset for the Eagles on the draw control, but UNC dominated the draws on Friday night, and Charlotte North did not come up with one draw control that game. They did a good job of getting into space into some of those circle players out on the wing. So look for Syracuse to try to mimic that.
It's the first time in the history of the sport 2 teams are meeting 4 times in a single season. So very familiar with each other's styles. It just comes down to who can execute on the biggest stage of the season. Here's Sam Swart. Syracuse patient with that motion offense. Gary Gate has been crafting it for the last 3 seasons. Sarah Cockrell and Rachel Hall. Confident save, read it the whole way, picking up where she left off with a season-high save performance on Friday in the semifinals. And here comes the Eagles. Have an opportunity in transition. Courtney Weeks couldn't field the ball cleanly. And now Boston College will settle it down with their opening possession. Certainly come into today confident, Sheehan. They hand the #1 team in the country, North Carolina, the ACC champs, their first loss of the season in the semifinals. But they were up 11-6 in that game, scoreless for the final 15 minutes and 27 seconds. They did hang on to win, and that's all that matters. But how do you get that offense clicking like we saw early in that semifinal?
Well, one, I think they were trying to maximize the possession clock in those final minutes. North Carolina had a couple of yellow cards to trying to draw out those possessions, but you want to make sure you don't ever put your foot on the gas. Take your foot off of the gas. You got to keep attacking, keep the ball movement.
In attack mode early, Cassidy Weeks, a great look at the cage, couldn't find the back of the net. Eagles there to restart. Here's Charlotte North with her first touch of the game. Ella Simpkins starting on North today. The backer zone defensively for Syracuse.
Square.
20 seconds left on the shot clock. North takes it behind the cage at X. Here's Jen Medjid. She had 4 goals to lead BC in the semifinal. Inside with 5 seconds to shoot. Here's Charlotte North. North, a bouncer, and it goes! Charlotte North strikes first, and it's Boston College who draws first blood in the national championship.
I don't know if BC could draw up a better first possession than that. Amazing job by Charlotte North. She makes goals out of seemingly nothing. She has an eye for the cage. She can shoot from low angle, far out. You give the ball in her stick, and it's so tough to stop her as a defense. It's her little stutter step there with the defense. A double team comes. She backs up just a step, and she's able to fire that non-stick side. You see just the energy and excitement there. Great for her to get on the board for first.
The senior from Dallas, Texas, she's already got the most goals at a single NCAA tournament. She's now just 3 goals away from tying the all-time record for goals scored in a season. That's set by Courtney Murphy of Stony Brook in 2016. And no rest for Charlotte North. Right back to that draw control circle. She does it all for this Eagles team.
I need this off the net. I need this down on the net. Level? I need this down here. And we're here.
Her thumb is on.
Okay. Down.
In a new feature this year, Erica Leslie, our head official, mic'd up all game long. It's such a great addition for us as the broadcasters and the fans at home.
Yeah, really want to give a huge thanks to the officiating crew for allowing that. Just hearing what goes in, you often see the struggle there, getting the sticks positioned just right. It's great to get some insight. Talking about the sticks being at hip level, just the positioning.
Mashesky in trouble, suffocated by 3 Eagles. It's Charlotte North who momentarily came up with it, but Emma Tyrell, the sophomore, pries it free. Those 50-50 balls are going to be critical at a championship game, and Syracuse wins that one.
You know, looking back, these teams, this is the 4th meeting they've had this year, which is crazy. And because of COVID year, the ACC opted. Some of the teams played twice in the regular season, and then these 2 teams met in the ACC tournament, and now this is the 4th time. But when you look back at all the games, it is going to be a matter of the little things. What goalie is able to come up with the next save? Who's going to get those extra ground balls? Win the draw controls? Who's going to shoot a little bit better? It's all the little things that are going to add up to the victory.
It was Boston College who took the first meeting, but then Syracuse won the second and the third. Here's Sam Swart, fires it past Rachel Hall. The senior answers, and Sam Swart knots it at 1.
Big score, Sam Swart. She brings the energy to this Syracuse team. 3 goals in that semifinal game. Watch her, this weave of the Syracuse offense. This is what they're known for. Coach Gary Gate calls it their motion offense. Everyone's moving off ball, all ball. They do these flip passes, and the goal is to get your defender just to hesitate 1 second, get them a step slow. That's how Swart's able to get her nice shot off, get with her hands free.
For a team that's been buoyed by underclassmen like Emma Ward, Emma Tyrell, Jenny Markey, Maddie Baxter, Sam Swart, that veteran senior in the midfield, and in a huge game, her first ever national championship game, she delivers to settle the nerves for Syracuse, tying it at 1. Mashesky scoops up the draw again. Struggled in the previous 3 matchups with Charlotte North, but has done well early in this game.
And I think the game plan is to keep it away from Charlotte North. Charlotte does a great job. She's got great wrist strength and can really reach up when she tries to win the draw to herself. So the plan for the Syracuse team is to get it to the side, get to those circle players, make her place it somewhere that you can run to. So it's all about kind of the speed and hustle to get those ground balls. Gary telling us he often jumps into the draw practice. He will put the draws of opposing teams in slow motion and try to replicate it to put his team in a position to win them.
And you talk about how important the draw is. Gary Gate and Acacia Walker-Weinstein said the draw is crucial, but draw to score. We need to get the possession and go down and put the ball in the back of the net. That's where the draw will prove to be pivotal.
That's a big stop for the Boston College defense. And the Eagles defense, even in the win, they've struggled to keep out this motion offense of Syracuse. They've allowed 13 goals in the first meeting, 16 in the second meeting, then 19 in the third meeting. That's trending in the wrong direction, Sheehan. So BC locked down defensively. They worked in practice all day yesterday and gets a crucial early stop.
This way, to the dot.
See a foul right there for a check into the body.
Corner, here's the dot. Whistle. One more step off right, please. Move it. Good job. Guys, get out of the middle.
Risky pass and a foul called. This will set up an 8-meter opportunity.
26, please.
Kara Urbank goes to the 8-meter arc. Urbank, only one of 2 players that have played in those previous national championship games for Acacia Walker-Weinstein. So while the program's been here 4 years in a row, Urbank and Jillian Riley, the only 2 to play in a title game. And using that championship experience, Kara Urbank bounces it by Asa Goldstock. 2-1 Eagles.
The 8 meters are going to be huge in this game. Another category that you're going to need to excel in. You get fouled, you get placed on the 8-meter, you got to convert. Urbank, huge leader, captain. Great job. She just veers ever so slightly to the left, and then he gives her stick a little bit of separation from the defender, and there's a nice bounce shot.
And you know it's on Acacia Walker-Weinstein's mind. Won't talk to the team about it per se, but that 0-3 record, 3 straight years. You know, you're trying to avoid that Buffalo Bills stigma, losing 4 straight championship games. You've always spun it positively, Sheehan. Isn't it amazing she's gotten to this game 4 years in a row, but eventually you've got to win it?
Well, you want to win it, and you know that you feel the heartbreak for them just making here, being so close, but it is a tremendous testament to her and her coaching staff and the players. It is so hard to get here. I think we've seen it all this year. Number 1 and number 2 seeds falling in the first round, in the semifinals of this tournament. It's so hard. It's awesome to make it, but you want that trophy, and the great news is one of these teams who's never won a women's lacrosse championship is going to do that for their program.
Boston College's first draw control victory of the afternoon. Here's Belle Smith, the talented freshman. She is not shy. Number 5 in maroon and gold, set the Boston College freshman point record. Here's Caitlin Mossman.
You beat this Syracuse zone offense with quick ball movement. Really just making the defense have to shift and rotate. You can still try to dodge, but if you dodge and then you're going to draw the double team, and then you can move the ball. We're going to see if it looks like a first yellow card on Syracuse for that high check towards the neck area. And that'll be on number 7, Carrie DeFelice. So watch the extension of the arms, and then, she got a real high in that neck chin area. So that's a easy call for the official. DeFelice will be out for up to 2 minutes, and Boston College will be a woman up. It is releasable on a Boston College score.
Sure? Okay. My whistle on there, you have a new 90. Partner's back, time's up.
Fresh shot clock at 2 minutes, woman up for the first time today, Boston College. Here's Charlotte North. Got her hands free and scores! Charlotte North cashes in on the woman up opportunity, and it's 3-1 BC.
You can hear it in the stadium. The fans are loving it. We dubbed her the human highlight reel in the Open. 98th goal this season, the race to 100 for Charlotte North. She's wide open up top. She's at that 8 meter. She's about just 1 meter in there, about the 7 meter, and just rips it. She's got that power. She's got the accuracy. And if you let her with a full head of steam going to goal, she will score. She's got incredible accuracy and shoots with precision.
Charlotte North talks all the time how her teammates set her up for success, and you mentioned it, she in the ball movement, the 3-second touches around the perimeter is something they worked on yesterday in practice. Move the ball around quickly, foul occurs, kick it high to low, and it makes that Syracuse zone have to shift.
And with that goal, Charlotte North inches closer to that magic number of 100, would set an NCAA record for goals scored in the season. But we've talked to her all week about that. She could care less about scoring 100 goals, setting that record. She's all about bringing that championship trophy back to Chestnut Hill.
And she wants to do whatever it takes to get here. All the players, they understand how awesome an experience this is right now. And North, she had a relatively quiet game in the UNC game. We mentioned no draw controls, just 2 goals and 1 assist, which is a quiet day for her. We're used to seeing her put up 8-9 goals a game. She was held scoreless against the Syracuse defense in the second meeting, held to 0 goals and 0 assists. And you know that's in the back of her head. That doesn't feel good when you're an offensive player. She started out strong today.
Dana mentioned before the game started, year of the goalie. All eyes on Asa Goldstock for Syracuse, the 5th-year senior. 3 shots on goal. All 3 have found the back of the net. That hit the pipe. Rachel Hall might have gotten a piece of it, inches away from Syracuse's second goal. And now the Eagles fire back the other way.
You want to make sure you carry that ball away from the sideline. Syracuse doing an excellent job putting on the pressure, but basically the sideline acts as an extra defender. So smart move, just get it away from there. Charlotte North with 2 goals, Kara Urbang for Boston College. In the past, we've seen Syracuse go into a face guard against Charlotte North. We'll have to see if they'll change their game plan against her.
Plenty of space for Annie Walsh, passes out. Here's North, great feed, Urbang the fake, it didn't go in, hit the pipe. point-blank range. Kara Urbank somehow doesn't score. And here's Syracuse with a burst of speed. Kara Quimby with plenty of room. And they score! Emma Tyrell hits the pipe on the other end. Syracuse takes it down in 8 seconds and makes it 3-2. What a swing for the Orange.
A big momentum play for Syracuse. And sometimes when you have those transition goals, it fires everybody up. You feel the energy that racing down the field. Emma Tyrell, little sister to Megan Tyrell. And watch this pipe. And I thought this was going in. Unbelievable patience by Urbank, but just a near miss. Quick clear and a beautiful take. Kara Quimby striking down the middle, heads on a swivel, looking for that pass. And Emma Tyrell was just the quick strike there. Beautiful score to take Syracuse just 1 goal deficit behind BC.
Gary Gait in his 3rd national championship appearance is yet to win the big one. In 14 years as a head coach, I should say. He's won plenty as an assistant coach at Maryland on the women's game and then 3 times as a player. But when he took this job 14 years ago, Sheehan, he said, I made a promise that I would bring a national championship back to Syracuse. His 8th time at championship weekend. Could this be the time he finally delivers on that promise? How about Charlotte North? Usually the highlights come for scoring goals. Double teamed on the draw control, still wins possession for the Eagles. Tough feed inside. Goldstock scoops it away from the freshman Belle Smith. Tried to thread the needle in there to the freshman from West Hampton Beach, New York.
You've got to be careful when you're passing inside that Syracuse zone. They often make it look like somebody's open and they collapse inside. Sometimes you get lucky and get a foul, but oftentimes it turns into a turnover. So you really want to make sure that you connect on those passes.
Sierra Cockrell faked the pass to Emma Ward, kept it herself. It is taken down inside the 8 meters. So this will be a free position opportunity coming for the junior Sierra Cockrell.
Another local product in this game. So fun to have your family and friends being able to be around here growing up in the area.
White, move your foot back. Red, move your foot back.
You have to keep those feet outside that 8-meter line.
Here's Cockrell, one-on-one with Hall, and the junior makes the save. Snuffed it out to preserve the BC lead.
Hall picking up where she left off on Friday night, having a great day so far with the saves.
And if you like transition and scoring, both these teams so good in turning defense into offense. Both look to strike quickly. Here's North, already 2 goals today. Goldstock gets to that one. Her first save of the day. That'll do a lot for her confidence.
Yes, she needs that. Typically, Syracuse plays amazing when she's able to get hot very early. She's let those 3 goals in for Boston College, but coming up with a save, she's been tested throughout her entire career at Syracuse. An excellent goalie. She's able to reset, which is the good news, that she loves to take it out to clear.
Yeah, she's not shy in the clearing game. Staying out there to help. Great passer, too.
She's gotten some assists in her career.
Yeah. Emma Tyrell will settle it. One of Syracuse's 2 goals today. Tyrell, who started the season really as a backup midfielder, just one of many talented midfielders that provided depth for this team and has moved to start on attack. Here's Tyrell right on cue. That one whizzes wide, and BC there to back it up. Great hustle from Rachel Hall.
You can see that. That's amazing when your goalie runs out the shot. Whoever's closest to the ball when it goes out will get awarded possession, and when you do that as a defense, you see it happen a couple times in games usually. It's an awesome momentum change and really can spark your offense.
Eleven minutes gone by in this first half. Not too much to separate these two teams. BC a 3-2 edge. Feed inside, great passing on the crease, off the pipe again. That's two that the Eagles have rung off iron.
Goalie's best friend. You know, Ace has got to love that. That actually made the whole goal shake. It looked like it went in the back of the net.
Pay attention to the Boston College transition. They were told yesterday at practice when Syracuse gets the ball off a clear from Mesa Goldstock, they have to get in. They emphasize the need. Those middies have to sprint back in transition, because if you're going to stop the Syracuse lethal transition, lethal goal scorers, you've got to get back on D, stay on your 8, and play really good team defense.
Here's Megan Tyrell, 18 in white, flips it to the talented freshman, Emma Ward! She unleashes a flamethrower, stings the corner, and ties it at 3.
Emma Ward, another one of those players that's been so fun to watch. Just a freshman, has come into this offense. Took her a little bit, just a little bit of time to get used to this college game, and she has exploded onto the scene. All ACC freshman team. This is that great motion offense. You see the defense have to rotate and shift, the flip pass, and then the rip from Emma Ward. And we got a tied ball game, 3-3.
12 minutes into this national championship game, Boston College and Syracuse tied at 3. Somebody's winning their program's first ever national title. Take a look at Gary Gates' huddle there. If you said before the season Syracuse would be in the national championship game, it wouldn't have been a big surprise. They had one of the best players in the sport in Emily Harris, Chuck, a goal-scoring machine, and Meg Carney, great 1-2 punch. But they're both out for the season. Add in Vanessa Constantino, 3 starters for Gary Gates' team, out for the year, missing for this postseason run. And somehow, Sheehan, they keep finding ways to win.
And really, they've talked all about it all season long. The next woman up, they've just plugged people in. And when you speak to Gary Gate, he talks a lot about confidence building and making sure that players are ready for the big moment. And all along throughout the season, he's plugged different people in, gotten them experience, and then you've seen them shine. But you're right, with Emily Harris shut going down, everyone thought that the Syracuse was out of the title run. And then Megan Carney really was blowing onto the scene, doing amazing. She goes down. That's the game that they ended up beating Boston College.
You talk about the Meg show. They struggled through some injuries, but now it's the Emma show. Emma Tyrell and Emma Ward, both 3 apiece in that game on Friday, just really stepping up for the Orange.
You know, it's easier said than done, and Gary Gate and his coaching staff and the players that have stepped up have made it look easy. But if you tell Boston College, okay, take away Charlotte North and Jen Medjid, I mean, I just don't know how you find ways to win. So it's a huge testament to what the Orange have done, but they're not satisfied yet. It'd be great. Hey, we made it to the national championship. Gary Gate said, of the 3 teams that have made it to a championship game, this is his most prepared to go and win the title.
It's amazing. Just so many sacrifices for all the teams across the whole lacrosse landscape, that with COVID protocols and just different hurdles you have to get through. But Syracuse has had its own challenges with injuries, and it's been a tough year, and you can just feel it from the players and coaches how special it is to be here this weekend.
Here's Emma Tyrell, gets it to her left hand, straight at Rachel Hall, but a whistle comes in late against Boston College, so that'll send sophomore Emma Tyrell to the 8-meter and a free position.
Yeah, the fans are not liking that call. I believe the official's calling that a hold. She's saying she shot the ball, so there's... You shot the ball, so she's saying that it should be a simultaneous whistle. If you shoot the ball and the goalie makes the save, then it doesn't count. Then the play goes on. You see Rachel Hall upset with the call as well. If it goes in on that simultaneous whistle, the goal counts.
Emma Tyrell already a goal today. One-on-one with Rachel Hall. Cuts it back. Sends it to her sister, Megan Tyrell. Opting not to go to goal there on the free position. A patient approach, tied at 3. Here's Sierra Cockrell. Liel, the Georgetown transfer, finds the freshman. Here's Emma Ward, 44 in white. Megan was trying to send it to Emma Tyrell. The sisters not on the same page there. A whistle that'll stay with Syracuse. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Orange need a sense of urgency here. Fighting through and scoring! Sierra Cockrell fires Syracuse in front. Their first lead of the day. What grit and determination to find the back of the net.
She definitely wanted that score, a fight to the sideline to get possession and just will her way to goal. Slicing through the defense. She knows when the possession clock's on. She's got to get that shot off. Splits through the double team. I don't know how she gets the ball on her stick there. Fires it in. Big time score. And the stick check is good. If you're new to this game, the players, after you score a goal, you have to drop your stick, and then the officials go to make sure that the pocket depth is legal. If it's good, they return the stick to you, and you go back to the center draw. Otherwise, the goal will not count.
Cockrell was a wrestler in middle school nearby here in Baltimore. Well, she had to wrestle her way to the cage there, muscling her way through 3 Boston College defenders.
Hold on.
And she delivers Syracuse's first lead of the afternoon.
Hold.
Hey! Done.
Possession right back to Emma Tyrell. All momentum with the Orange right now. Boston College, remember, was inches away from making this game 4-1. Instead, it hits the pipe. Syracuse goes down. It scores in 10 seconds, and they've used that to surge on a 3-0 run right now. Dominating the draw control circle, up 6-2.
That's probably the biggest impressive factor of this game so far for me for Syracuse. They won the draw control battle in each of the 3 games, the prior meetings against Boston College, and they've done a really beautiful job of placing the ball off the center circle into space, and their players know exactly where you're going. So you're seeing the white jerseys get to the space where the ball is being directed to. And it's going to be a matter of possessions in this game. We know both teams can go on runs, but you want the ball in your stick more than the other teams to try to close out this game.
Cockrell calling for it again, scoops it up. "15 seconds on the timer. Emma Tyrell curling around the cage. Draws contact, offensive foul. It'll be Boston College ball.
Great defensive set by Boston College. Yesterday at practice, Jen Kent, the defensive coordinator, was stressing the importance of 1v1 defense. You have to do your job first, win your job, play selfless defense. And what I mean by that is worry about your girl on ball, but don't worry just about the fact that she has to score or limit her from scoring. You've got to know that you've got help behind you. Do your job 1v1 and trust your teammates.
So true. Defense is such a team job that you have to communicate. Just because your girl doesn't score, it doesn't matter. You need to make sure you want the team not to score. So make sure you have those slides dialed in, work as a unit, work on the double teams, and slide and recover. It's not just about your matchup.
After a terrific start offensively, BC nearing 10 minutes without a goal. Charlotte North calling for it, number 8 in maroon and gold, and she gets it. 2 of the Eagles' 3 goals today. And now Jen Medjid. Give and go with North. Syracuse all over her, trying to get those hands free, didn't get the opportunity. Right back to her.
It's really hard for North. She wants to let it rip, but it's so clogged inside that it would be dangerous if she let that shot off. So we're going to get an 8-meter call right now for a check across the body. Going against the Syracuse offense, you want to get to the inside with the ball to try to draw some of these fouls, draw the contact.
Here's Cassidy Weeks, an opportunity to tie it at 4. Great save, Asa Goldstock preserves the Syracuse lead, and with that save, Goldstock becomes the all-time save leader in Syracuse history, passing the great Liz Hogan. 661 saves for Goldstock in her Orange career.
Amazing. What an accomplishment. Congratulations. I know she wants another record, though, the first national championship for Syracuse. But what a amazing career. Good defensive recovery for Boston College, setting the double team, quickly getting back on their assignments.
Here's Maddie Baxter, the freshman from Canada, on for the first time today in attack mode. Thought she was going to let it rip. Instead, Syracuse patient offensively. This is Megan Tyrell, the leading scorer. Swiped from behind. No whistle, just a great play from Belle Smith, the freshman two-way midfielder who's hit hard. Don't know if we'll see a yellow card or not. Yes, we will. That's the second yellow card against Syracuse after Smith made a great trail check.
Oh, look at this defensive footwork. She gets beat, but then she goes right for this check. Amazing job. I was really impressed with Smith's play in the semifinal game. Thought she came up with some excellent caused turnovers. She gets shoved to the ground there. But the yellow card is awarded, so Boston College up a woman for up to 2 minutes. This is now Syracuse's second yellow card. After a team's fourth in each subsequent yellow card, that 2-minute penalty becomes unreleasable. So Syracuse needs to rein in their aggressive play.
And BC 1 for 1 on woman up opportunities so far this afternoon. Their last goal came at the 23-minute, 36-second mark. What do they need to do differently offensively? Why are they not in rhythm right now, Sheehan?
Oh, I think a couple of pipe shots and really just, then they went right down Syracuse's way and they just answered. So I think they've gotten some good looks, but now they've made Asa Goldstock a little hot. So you're going to have to move her a little bit more. Charlotte North hasn't been able to get some of those longer range shots out because it's so crowded in the 8-meter. We're going to see, I believe,
26, stop. 26, walk up with the ball. 26, walk up with the ball over here. You're behind on the 3 seconds. Come up to the first
we hear
hash,
right from the official 3-second violation. So that is a great job. The getting the ball moving, getting the defensive player stuck in that 8-meter without guarding somebody. But being effective on these 8 meters is going to be really important for Boston College.
Burbank 1 for 1 on free position opportunities today. One-on-one with Goldstock again, passes out of it though. Still more than a minute left on that woman up clock, 40 seconds on the shot clock. Great feed inside, Jen Medjid delivers, camping out on that crease and cashing in on the extra woman opportunity. We're tied at 4.
Medjid has really elevated her game. So good from the inside, really can finish with the best of them. She's a leader out there offensively, often dictating the plays, really stepped up her vocal leadership. Look, she slips into space, and a beautiful job. Asa Goldstock has to look at the feeder, and then Medjid gets the ball, and she does an excellent job of seeing where Goldstock's gonna be positioned, and then shooting into space. But very tough for a goalie to have to react and figure out where they are in place with the goal, and where the person with the ball now is.
Sheehan, you talked about Jen Medjid being that vocal leader. That's not always a role that she's filled. She's really come alive in this Boston College offense, and she elevates players like Belle Smith alongside of Charlotte North, who's just done a great job piecing it all together for the Eagles offense.
It was funny, Dana, when we were talking to her yesterday, Acacia Walker has told us in the past, a couple years ago, are we seeing another yellow card? Another yellow card.
That's now 3 for Syracuse, 1 more. It'll be unreleasable. That's Emma Tyrell again, so that's 2 yellow cards against Emma Tyrell.
So that means 2 yellow cards on a player. You are removed from the game. So this was a warning. See, again, the check, and it's wet and damp up there. Sometimes the stick can slide up the back of the jersey. So maybe not intentional, but BC, this is huge for them. Emma Tyrell is out for the remainder of the game. Boston College is up a player for up to 2 minutes. And then Syracuse, one more yellow card. These 2-minute penalties become unreleasable. So this is a game-changing moment, and she's out.
This is flipping the script from what we saw in the semifinal on Friday. Northwestern committed 6 yellow cards of that game. Syracuse reaped the benefits en route to an 8-goal victory against the Big Ten champions. Now 3 early yellow cards shown against Gary Gates' team. 2 against Emma Tyrell, so the sophomore will miss the remainder of this championship game. And the man-down defense has not, or woman-down defense has not been good. BC 2 for 2 with those extra woman opportunities.
And you got to take advantage of that. Measure with that last score, and just to tie a bow on that story, Acacia Walker-Weinstein saying she needed a microphone to get her to speak up. She had so many good things to say, but she wanted everyone to hear them. And now she said as a junior, she's got that leadership. She's a quiet person, but much more vocal on the field. And really has been a huge leader for this Eagle team that has a lot of young talent.
Well, she's found that voice. She's found her scoring stroke as well. Camping out right on that crease, 35 in maroon and gold. Midway through this woman opportunity for BC, looking for the lead. Here's Belle Smith. She had no angle and yet makes it happen. The sensational freshman Belle Smith delivers and hands Boston College back the lead.
You can now see the momentum shift. The entire BC defense watching that replay on the scoreboard, trying to figure out what happened. And Belle Smith continues to shine. She has an excellent handle, takes her defender on her side, a lot of aggressive pressure. There's like no angle. She's leaping in the air and is able to just somehow get her stick across the body. Beautiful shot. This is an amazing athlete. So many dual sport athletes out there, but she excelled in volleyball, basketball, and lacrosse. Unbelievable player in a sea of fifth-year seniors and seniors across the lacrosse world. This freshman has stood out.
The difference in this game right now, Boston College has gone woman up 3 times. They've scored all 3 times.
You know, this is now a warning for both teams. When the officials start awarding yellow cards, it's a warning for both teams. I think they've all been good yellow cards, but Syracuse in particular, they have to rein in the play, understanding that the officials will be giving cards, and the next card will be unreleasable, which is when really teams can pile in a lot of goals.
Here's Charlotte North into the side netting.
Had so much power, it bounced off the back net.
In a game of runs, it's Boston College with momentum right now. Great feed, whizzes wide. That was Annabelle Hasselback, the freshman, daughter of 2 Boston College legends, Matt Hasselback, the quarterback, and her mother, Sarah, a terrific field hockey player in her time at Chestnut Hill.
To the dot. Dot, 26. Dot, please. Whistle.
They're dubbed BC royalty, and they've got younger sister
19,
Mallory, who just graduated high school this week and
behind.
headed to Boston College. So a big family tradition. So much success.
You score a goal in a national championship game, you join mom and dad in that BC lore.
Watch Syracuse in this transition. They have been really effective moving the ball down the field. BC will try to slow them down. Good defensive effort by Charlotte North. She'll get called for, she might be a yellow card, so we've seen this happen. So North now for Boston College with the yellow card for that shove to the body. Warning, but you do not want to have this game get out of hand for one of these teams because you're going to put the other team in a position to score. So watch the extension of the arms and just shove. It doesn't look like it was much right there. From our view up top, you could really see the shove. But now you know how the officials are going to call the game, so Charlotte North will be sidelined for up to 2 minutes.
Acacia Walker-Weinstein not happy. So now the orange moves a woman up for the first time today, an opportunity to tie this championship game at 5. Rachel Hall's out of her cage. Now scurries back into it. Cockrell, great feed, the extra pass, and it pays off. Emily Ale ties it at 5. How much fun is this back and forth?
It's been amazing. Great ball movement offensively. Multiple goal scorers. You wonder if Rachel Hall coming outside the cage in that just a few moments before that, if that just got her a little bit unsettled. But Emily Ale has been coming on strong the last couple of games. Forces the 4th tie of the game in the national championship. We'll have a new winner. The score is tied 5-5.
Today in Towson, Maryland, we will crown a first-time champion. Will it be Syracuse? Will it be Boston College? What a terrific first half. Back and forth, tied at 5. Alongside Sheehan Stanwood Birch, I'm Jay Alter. Dana Boyle down on the sideline. Talk about familiar foes. In the first time in the history of women's lacrosse, 2 programs meeting for the 4th time. The previous 3 meetings happened in the span of 8 days. 2 games to close the regular season at the Carrier Dome. And then that ACC semifinal. Syracuse has won the last 2. The latest 1917. If you're Boston College, what do you take away from those last 2 losses, and how do you find a way to win on the biggest stage?
Well, I mean, what I love about this matchup is that they're so familiar and they each had success. And even though Syracuse had the edge, winning 2 out of the 3, they know that they can be successful against each other. They're familiar with the defenses, the offenses each other run. But you know you can just make little adjustments, and when you go back and watch the film and talk to these coaches, they realize that they just had done a little bit better at the draw control. If they had made a couple extra saves or defensive stops, shoot a little bit better, they can win these games. So I mentioned at the beginning, but I really believe this game is going to come down to the team that stays composed and that makes smart decision, and it's going to be the little battles for the ground balls, all the little things out there.
Sheehan, you mentioned the composure in the huddle. Kayla Trainer, who's the associate coach for the offense, told her team, be confident. You know your matchups. We've played this team before. Do your job and good things will happen.
And Kayla Trainer, one of the best to ever put on a Syracuse uniform, 4-time All-American for the Orange, now trying to beat her alma mater as the offensive coordinator for BC. Played in a national championship on a Syracuse team in 2014 for Gary Gate, lost in that game. Now trying to win one for the Eagles. Belle Smith. She is fun to watch defensively, Sheehan.
She really is. I mean, she's had so many great goals on the offensive end. You almost forget what she does defensively, but she's a true 2-way player, up and down, hustling, comes up with great takeaways, really great at getting the ground balls.
Feed, ring it off the pipe, the rebound, Sam Swart in perfect position, and the senior delivers.
That was a pretty play, and why you always need to be alert when a shot goes off, want to get those rebounds.
Right place, right time, and Sam Swart notches her 2nd goal today.
Swart has been extremely fun to watch. Always has a head of steam behind her. Just watch her. She's looking at the ball, looks for that rebound. Nice little quick stick. And an excellent job. As a defender, you just need to make sure that you are closely remembering who you're guarding. You see that shot go off, and your instinct is to look and see what the goalie's going to do. But you also want to be aware of where your player is and those rebounds and try to get them out of the center.
Swart gives Syracuse back the lead in a back and forth match, all ACC title game here in the national championship. And Charlotte North wins the draw to herself. She makes it look so easy, Shan.
She does. We're going to see the stick check, the stick exchange right there. So her draw stick was that white one that she exchanges, and now she'll get her game stick in. And you're using those draw sticks, and most of the players have a couple of them, and just you might mix them out throughout the game, depending on if you're winning or not winning the draw. Often they're strung differently and hoping to give you an edge trying to win those center draws. But you much prefer to play with your field stick if you're going to go look to shoot the ball. So you'll see those exchanges happen.
And we're tied at 6. BC fires right back.
Great vision by Courtney Weeks, number 6 for the Eagles. That's what happens when you move the ball really well. The way to beat a zone, kick it inside. Make the Syracuse defense have to collapse on you, and she just does a great job shooting off stick side of Asa Goldstock. This is what Boston College practiced yesterday. Moving the ball, beats the zone, kick it inside. Nothing Syracuse defense can do.
And Sheehan, it has to help that this Boston College offense has seen Gary Gates zone 4 times.
They've seen it. They do add in some different tweaks, but you know, great ball movement against a zone is always going to work. And quick, sometimes the ball gets stuck in team sticks when you're going against a zone. You're trying to be too precise. You wanted to make it quick, have people shifting, no one standing and watching. Hold it here, please.
You're on, Holly, she has it!
Hear all the communication on the draw. It is a real team unit. Another big win for Charlotte North. You want to direct the players, try to position yourself, and try to dictate where that ball is going. So a lot of communication.
Sheehan, you mentioned the communication. If you can hear the official mic'd up, you can hear Charlotte signaling away. She's saying A, so she has the ability, she's that strong at the draw, to dictate if she wants to draw it to herself or kick it outside to the circle people.
That time she kicked it outside and still won it herself. Here she is on the offensive end. 2 goals to her name today, 98 on the season for Charlotte North. Beautiful passing, and it leads to a goal again. Belle Smith, the freshman, fires Boston College back in front.
This is what happens when you win the draw control and get your offense possession. And as we mentioned earlier in the game, if you can win those draw controls and then turn it into a great offensive goal, that's what's going to count. 47th goal of the season for Belle Smith. Again, quick ball movement, you move it up top, down the blow, into the inside. Belle Smith with the great finish. Beautiful pass from Caitlin Mossman. Love just the stick work Belle Smith has. She's able to run at full speed, always throws in a stick fake, gets the goalie to commit and shoots around.
She and both teams today, both Syracuse and BC, the Eagles, the latest example. If you're a young player who wants to learn great passing, team offense, both of these teams do it so well. It's so selfless, team-oriented.
Sounded like North was saying XXX. So they're going to have all sorts of different kind of communication. Either something verbal, like whatever the code she's calling out. Sometimes with your foot, you might position a direction, and that's a signal to your teammates. So there's like a Morse code cheat sheet, all different types of moves that these center draw people have, trying to tell the circle people where they're going to try to position the ball.
Megan Tyrell faked it to Emma Ward, kept it herself. Syracuse there to back it up. Here's Quimby, has her hands free and scores! Kara Quimby blows it by Rachel Hall to tie it at 7.
We knew this was going to be a back and forth game. Answer, respond. Great drive. Want to get mentioned that Emma Tyrell has been removed from the game for her second yellow card, so they're going to have other scorers step up. Quimby being one of them. Wide open spacing in the middle. She goes to drive. All the surrounding attackers had cleared out, so the double team's not able to come slide. Great take for Quimby, just her 6th goal of this season. You see Emma Tyrell, you get 2 yellow cards and you are removed from the game. And it's really hard to watch on the sideline. She's just been such an integral part of this Syracuse success. Moved her from midfield down to offense with the injury to Megan Carney, and she has really filled the void well. Worked great in tandem with her sister, but other players for Syracuse are just going to have to continue the trend.
The Orange win another draw control, leading 9-6 in this game, but the scoreboard's all that matters, and that's even. These two teams just continuing to go punch for punch in the national championship game, a title fight. 2 heavyweights meeting for the 4th time in a season. Can't keep it out of bounds. Jenny Markey, the freshman, did everything she could, and instead, it's BC ball.
Both teams really doing a good, nice job of limiting their turnovers. So that was not one that we've been used to be seeing from both these squads. You hear a lot of those whistles that don't necessarily stop play. That's an official signal that a foul occurred, but they're going to let play go on. The team still has advantage.
Ella Simpkins got her stick to it. Erbank stays with it, sends it to North. It's a first half hat trick. Charlotte North. Kara Erbank kept the play alive, and the senior from Dallas did the rest, Sheehan.
Again, picture perfect ball movement. Almost was a Syracuse turnover, but Boston College is able to make this one count. Charlotte North left alone behind the cage. So not what you're gonna do. She just is about 2 steps above goal line extended. Beautiful job here. Watch her just take 1 step, quick fake, and most players right there, they'll fake high, but then maybe they shoot low, try to go between the legs of the goalie. But North reaches all the way around the side for that far pipe, and that's why she's successful. And look at this on that race to 100, 99 goals. Chasing that all-time NCAA record.
1 goal away from tying Stony Brook's Courtney Murphy at 100. You think about that, Sheehan. 100 goals in a single season. Consistency, and at times it just looks like she's got a magic stick.
A lot of people would like to know how she shoots, and she shoots 63% coming into the season. She's often guarded by the team's best players, double team, triple team, and she's able to get it done. So effective.
It's going to be BC ball.
I think they're calling a block off ball, I believe. I don't think the foul was on Mashesky there. So BC will get awarded possession.
Here's Jen Medjid, feeds it to North. Caitlin Mossman, the hometown hero from Towson, Maryland. 3 assists today. Number 7 in maroon and gold. They feed it to her. Here's Mossman, the bouncer, and it stings the top corner. Perfectly placed from the Towson, Maryland native, Caitlin Mossman, to put Boston College up by 2.
She's putting on a show. She must have heard you calling her name. 1 goal, 3 assists for the day. 21st goal this season. Junior one, just has done amazing things in her high school career, gets to be in her hometown, coming up with a score. Look at that shot placement of the bounce shot. Does a little stutter step, gets her defender on her backside, bounces that kind of high in that crease area, takes an unusual bounce and gets it to the far pipe.
Shout out Notre Dame Prep.
You got it, you got it.
3 miles from here. She played her high school lacrosse and now getting it done on the biggest stage. And for a first half that's been back and forth, Boston College inching ahead of Syracuse by 2 now with 91 seconds left until halftime.
Mashesky, number 8 in white, always looking around, trying to see where she's going to place that ball. Great win. Ella Simpkins has been so fun to watch this season, always coming up with excellent draw controls.
Some contact there, nothing called. Simpkins regathers for Syracuse, and a timeout taken. Good time to remind you that NCAA lacrosse coverage continues tomorrow for the Men's Lacrosse Championship, 1 Eastern time on ESPN2. And for all your information, you can visit NCAA.com, your home for all 90 NCAA championships. How fun were those games yesterday on the men's side of things? As we take a look at the bracket, same as the women's side, a 3 seed and a 4 seed upsetting the top 2 seeds to set up an awesome championship game.
Who doesn't love the underdogs winning? It's always exciting to see those upsets. But big congratulations to all the teams involved in this NCAA tournament. Got a great crowd. COVID, still the tickets, we had to limit them because of capacity due to COVID restrictions, but sold out crowd, so every seat available has been taken. A lot of excitement here from the fan bases.
You see Sam Apuzzo there talking with Charlotte North, one of the best players to ever wear a Boston College uniform. Apuzzo was in this championship game many times as a player, couldn't get it done, now trying to deliver one to Chestnut Hill as an assistant coach.
Yeah, you know she wants to bring one home. Such an amazing player, Tewaaraton winner. She took the draw. Amazing score, had so many great goals for this BC program and has been able to give some of her knowledge to her teammates.
She had the record before Charlotte North showed up with 94 goals in a single season for Boston College. Now Charlotte North sitting at 99. If you're the Orange here, you can hold for the final shot of the half. Trying to make it a 1-goal game. Who do you look for?
You know, I mean, that's the beauty of this offense. Everyone is supposed to be able to step up and score. And when they're running that motion, it's a lot about just the flip passes, keep moving, keep working till you get that open person. But I think right here you see number 18 in white, Megan Tyrell. She has been the leader out here. Looks like they are going to try to get the clock to wind down a little bit to really make sure they get that last shot. They don't want to give Boston College another possession. Boston College is really pressuring out on number 3, Sam Swart in white. So they are thinking that the ball is probably going to go to Sam Swart. So trying to get it out of her hands.
She's got 2 goals today. Here's Emma Ward, unleashes a flamethrower, but a foul comes in. That's a shooting space violation.
She does not have simultaneous.
You can hear the official. So you can say it was not a simultaneous whistle. Boston College, I can see on the sideline they wanted that to be. You heard the whistle and the shot. So what they're saying is if that went in, it should count. And if it doesn't go in, it shouldn't count. But instead, they're going to award the 8-meter because they deemed that not a simultaneous.
steps in and rips one to the back of the net. Emma Ward.
She has just delivered when the games have been on the line, the big-time goals, the pressure's on. She knows they need to score to get another one before halftime. 43rd goal this season. Watch her step and rip. And the signature chest bump between Sam Swart. This is all about power. It is so tough for a goalie to stop. Great angle here, and then watch the little stick drop. She just does a nice little flick and spin to the ground. All business.
The freshman sensation, her athletic ability first shined on a football field. She was a football star up until 8th grade. Played quarterback, linebacker, running back. She did it all, and it's no coincidence. Syracuse fans will know this. She wears number 44. That is a legendary Syracuse football number. Floyd Little, Ernie Davis, Jim Brown, who was also a lacrosse star at Syracuse. She is living up to that number 44 number in her freshman year. 2 goals in a national championship game. Still time for Boston College, though. Here's Charlotte North. Triple team, passes out of it. This is Cassidy Weeks. Play kept alive. That'll be thrown away. Syracuse ball, and the first half clock will wind down to 0. How much fun is this?
This is what we expected. What an amazing national championship game. Back and forth. Great saves, great goals.
17 first half goals. Charlotte North has 3 of them. What is going to separate these two teams? We've still got 30 minutes to go in regulation. Both programs fighting for what would be their first ever national championship. And let's go down to Dana Boyle, who's standing by with the Boston College head coach.
Coach, tough first half. What do you attribute most with your ability to kind of cap the momentum for Syracuse?
I think they're focusing in on the draw controls, and our defense is playing really well. We just have to stop their weave and, really be aggressive and attack it versus sitting back. And I think the girls are doing a really nice job of that. On offense, we need to find a little bit more patience and put a complete game together. We've got 30 minutes to find that complete game, and we're going to need it.
Defensively, what adjustments will you make coming out in the second half?
We got to pay more attention to Ward, which is a focus going into the game. But I think we just have to get grounded, cycle back to the original game plan, dig deep, and find a 30-minute game.
Sounds good. Thanks, Coach.
Acacia Walker-Weinstein. She's been in this game for now 4 years in a row. She's lost the previous 3, but she's got a 1-goal halftime lead as we head to the second half. In the Women's Lacrosse Championship, 17 first half goals at the break. It's a dreary day in Towson, Maryland, but this game has delivered. Who cares about the weather? We got goals in the national championship game. BC, a 9-8 lead over Syracuse. For one of these teams, they're about an hour away from their first ever program national championship. She and Stanwick Birch, Jay Alder with you. How do you keep your composure for the players that haven't been on this big stage? Such a tight game.
I know. I think you take a deep breath and realize there's 30 more minutes on the clock, and you go out and you try to execute. You've been preparing all season long, but you want to stay composed. Realize that this can be a game of runs. You got to battle back, maintain composure, especially limiting those card fouls, and really just take it 1 minute at a time.
Syracuse got down earlier. It was BC who kind of threw the first punch in this game, but the Orange responded really strongly.
There they did. It's been a back and forth battle, and the emotion offense for this Syracuse has been very effective. Lots of different players stepping up, and then this defensively, Belle Smith though was phenomenal. Defensively coming with some turnovers, and then she takes it down the offensive end. Great body control and movement, just excellent scores from the inside. So really working this tough Syracuse zone that's forced them into a couple tight passes. And on the other side for Syracuse, they just with a yellow card, and this sent Emma Tyrell to the sideline for the rest of the game. With 2 yellow cards, she's out. Sierra Cockerell, number 43 in white, though, willed her way to goal, powered through the double team with a score, and watch this rip from the freshman. Emma Ward gets it done, and we've got a 1-goal game.
In a year that's been dominated by 5th-year seniors like Asa Goldstock, how about a freshman, Emma Ward, stepping up on the biggest stage.
It's going to take everybody. In a team where the focus is on some of the stars, you need everyone to step up and shine. We are moments away from a national championship.
First half fireworks, 17 goals, a lot more to come. Second half when we come back. The dream is alive for both of these programs, trying to deliver their first ever national championship. Boston College a 9-8 lead at the half. Dana Boyle, you spoke with Orange head coach Gary Gait at the break. What do you have to say?
Out of halftime, Gary Gait said, ever so simply, we just have to make some more plays offensively, lock it in, keep the ball movement, and try to get Meg Tyrell more involved in the offensive flow if we want to get things happened in the second half.
And Meg Tyrell going to be without her little sister, sophomore Emma Tyrell. 2 yellow cards in that first half, and Gary Gait's team has to be careful. They've committed 3 yellow cards as a team. So 1 more yellow card, that'll be a 2-minute unreleasable penalty. Have to play a clean game, 30 minutes on the clock in this national championship game. It's been such a great back and forth battle in that first half.
Love this view and the setup, the official working just to get the sticks positioned properly.
North and Mashesky. Boston College wins the opening draw this second half. Eagles scoring 9 goals in that first half. In the second meeting against Syracuse, they only scored 7 the entire game. You take a look at the leading scores. Of course, Charlotte North leading the way with 3. What has impressed you about the Eagles' offense in that first half?
You know, I thought they had some great looks. They had some pipes as well, so they could have been up a couple more goals. But just doing a good job getting this Syracuse defense to rotate. Some nice passes inside when players were open, taking advantage of the 8 meters, and then we saw how they really took advantage of the woman up opportunities. They really capitalized on those Syracuse yellow cards, going 3 for 3.
Dumps it inside, a lot of contact, no call. North trying to find Urbank camping out on that crease, couldn't connect. It's a big stop for this Syracuse defense to set the tone for this second half. Goldstock finds the freshman Maddie Baxter. 3 freshmen on the field for Syracuse right now in a national championship game. Emma Ward, 44 in white, has 2 goals, and then the midfielders Jenny Markey and Maddie Baxter.
Little overload play for Syracuse right now, creating space.
This is Jenny Markey. 3 goals in that semifinal for the Orange as they took down the Big Ten champs Northwestern. An 8-goal thrashing in a comfortable semifinal. This one a lot closer, a lot more competitive. Ward lost the ball. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Swiped away. Sydney Scales, 45 in maroon and gold. Just a freshman, making a huge play to start the second half.
That was amazing. It's like she came out of nowhere. She had her stick up, running full speed, knowing she wanted the ball back, comes up with that check. She had her eyes on the prize. She did a phenomenal job guarding Jamie Ortega for North Carolina, one of the most effective shooters in the game, and really helping that limit that entire UNC offense on Friday night's win.
The Massachusetts native stole a line from Hall of Fame head coach in football Bill Belichick. When we asked her, how'd you shut down Jamie Ortega? She answered simply, I just did my job. Dumped inside, this time it goes! Jen Medjid hands Boston College a 2-goal lead to start this second half.
Oh, you can see the sideline, the fans, everyone getting in on the fun. Medjid just delivers. She is so great inside.
Jen mentioned, oftentimes is the catalyst for this Boston College offense. You can see it here. That's how you beat a zone. We talked about it in the first half. You got to thread the needle inside, and it takes an immense amount of poise to catch, turn, and be able to shoot around Asa Goldstock. That's a huge goal to start the second half.
I appreciate it. Red, let's slide a little to your left. No worries.
And Mossman delivering her 4th assist of the afternoon.
Let's get us on the line.
The Towson, Maryland native, a homecoming for her, and she's stepping up, delivering one of the best performances of her career on a national championship stage.
Hold. Down! Hold it here. Hold.
Love listening to that draw control circle battle. Burbank wins it again for Boston College. Eagles settle it down. BC has found the back of the net on each of their last 5 shots.
Hear this nice communication from the Syracuse offense.
Here's Charlotte North. In attack mode, Courtney Weeks draws the whistle. This will be an 8-meter opportunity for the junior.
Shooter, second hash. 3. Second hash.
You can place on that hash, the hash mark that's closest to where the foul occurred. And any check that's deemed to be dangerous, aggressive, too aggressive into the body, swiping at the head will be a whistle and set up the 8-meter. So they're all safety calls. Look at Burbank behind the cage, maybe potential for a dish.
Weeks blows it past Asa Goldstock. Now 11 Boston College goals to the 5th-year senior goalie. Goldstock only 2 saves. The Eagles getting the better of her today.
Goldstock had a great game Friday. She's just going to need to reset and try to just come up with just another stop. Courtney Weeks, the junior, starts to look at the call. So you see that aggressive push right there, but then it's this one, that swiping check across the body that's going to set up the 8-meter. You should be scoring on these. Each hash mark will just present a different angle, but coaches want you shooting about 50% on them. So the goalie is at a big disadvantage, but a great quick strike gives Boston College its largest lead of the day.
Acacia Walker-Weinstein has led this program to the championship game each of the last 4 years. They've lost the previous 3 national championship games. Could today be the day as they grow that lead to 3 for the first time today? A lot of contact, no whistle. Kept alive by Syracuse, but then stolen away. Relentless ride from Boston College. It was Holly Schleicher, the sophomore, who swiped it.
You can see the extension of the arch of the BC offense saying settle down. It looked like they were going to have an opportunity for an unsettled defense against Syracuse, but opting just to get everyone in the right position.
You want to talk about execution in the biggest game of your career? Boston College offensively, their last 6 goals, they've all found the back of the net. Pinpoint accuracy. Here's Charlotte North, does it again! Make it 100 for the senior Charlotte North. She ties the NCAA record for goals in a season. It gives BC a 4-goal lead in the national championship game.
Unbelievable score. You can see BC winning the draw control, taking it down, scoring goal after goal. 4th goal today for Charlotte North. Watch this. Offense clears through. Burbank occupies her defender. And North just finds a space. Her release point is amazing. She's got such strength in her wrist and her arms. Drops her stick low, fires it. Just a beautiful placement in net. And awesome to see the fans back and all the smiles on the faces.
She already had the NCAA tournament record for goals scored coming into the game. She's grown that to 29 goals now in this NCAA tournament. 100 on the season to tie Courtney Murphy of Stony Brook for the all-time single-season goal record. We'll have a redraw.
So the ball needs to go above the shoulders of the players taking the draw. And if somebody moves early, you have to stay still. So you often hear the officials say, stay still, don't move until you hear the whistle. Your head can move, but your stick cannot.
BC ball, all the momentum with the Eagles right now.
Draw controls, we know that's always something we're talking about in every game. Possession is everything, and we've seen BC win the ball, take it down. They're keeping it out of the offense of Syracuse's stick. Schleicher, number 28, has done an excellent job circle play for Boston College, positioning herself, coming up with those wins.
And that circle play was an adjustment that they had to make when they played UNC. Acacia Walker-Weinstein said they didn't play their best circle game, and she honed in on the fact that we have to make adjustments, but then on top of those adjustments, we have to even tweak it just a little bit more if we want to win this game.
The Eagles have won all 4 draw controls this half. Syracuse needs to start stealing some possessions. They get the much-needed turnover there. More than 5 minutes into the second half. This is the first offensive possession the Orange have had.
Which they need to make sure that it's a good one. So have patience, shoot when you have the opportunity, try not to force it. But you're right, they're gonna have to come up with ways to get those extra possessions. That takeaway is the start of one of them. Goalie saves.
Emma Ward got those hands free with some high heat. Too high for the freshman. Here's Jenny Markey, a lot of contact, tried to split the double team, no call, still loose ball, fighting for the ground ball. Boston College has it. And the Eagles will look to run. Play on, says the referee. Here's Belle Smith. Look at that confident stride from the freshman. North charging into DeFelice.
Smart double team, setting it early for Syracuse. You don't want Charlotte North to get hotter than she already is. She's just pretty much scoring every time she shoots that ball. See an 8-meter call.
13 white, 3 seconds. 3 seconds, 13 white.
Good call from the officiating crew. That's when that defensive player's in that 8-meter for more than 3 seconds, not guarding a player within a stick's length. So sets up Belle Smith. Great view here. Look at her angle.
BC 2 for 3 on free position opportunities today. Here's Belle Smith, charges in, bounces it wide. Boston College there to back it up with Charlotte North. 33 seconds left. Quick restart. Great save from Asa Goldstock. Only her 3rd of the game. BC gets the rebound though, so that's a fresh shot clock and another opportunity for the Eagles. Great job by Goldstock to make the stop, but you got to pick up that ground ball.
You want to contain it in the crease. So this just makes a really long possession. It feels like the ball's not been in the Syracuse's stick for many seconds in the second half. This puts a lot of pressure on your defense.
Here's North, lost the handle. Some mist, light rain starting to come down here in Towson, Maryland. Allows Syracuse could run the other way. Usually so good in transition. We haven't seen too much of it today from the Orange.
Good pickup for Bianca Chevrolet for Syracuse, transitioning down the field.
Markey lost the handle. Both teams sloppy in possession. Here's Charlotte North, plenty of room to work with. Has a step. Goldstock makes the save. North fighting for her own rebound. DeFelice starting to slip and slide a little bit as the surface might become a little wet here in Towson.
Boston College really spread out.
This is Jen Medjin. Passes out of the double team. Patient approach for Boston College, trying to protect this 4-goal lead. Here's Mossman, and a foul called. Caitlin Mossman has been a handful. Syracuse doesn't know what to do with number 7 in maroon and gold. 1 goal, 4 assists today for the Towson native. She can add to that tally here from the 8-meter.
Just great composure when she was getting inside, fouled. Wanted to take the shot, didn't have it, holds on, throws the extra fake and gets fouled along the way. Let's see if Boston College can convert on this.
Once again, Mossman! What a pass! No, they're gonna rule it out.
Looks like that may have been a crease violation. So your stick can't follow through in the crease, but your body cannot go into it, your foot can't step on the line.
What a swing this could be. Syracuse charging the other way, down 4. What looked like a 5-goal lead for Boston College. If Syracuse scores here, that's a huge swing. Take another look.
Beautiful feed, watch the feet. No, they're not in. And it almost looks like she gets pushed. I don't see it in that
should
angle.
Be a goal.
Yeah.
Can Syracuse capitalize? No, take it away. Read it the whole way, Holly Schleicher.
She has played great. From the ground ball, some takeaways defensively.
BC is just dialed in this second half, she, in what was a 9-8 game at halftime. The opening 10 minutes of this second half, the Eagles have dominated it.
Even though there haven't been a ton of players on this BC team that have been part of those national championship losses, their coaching staff has been there, and they know they can taste it. And I'm sure they fed into, we're almost there. Hold on, one more play. They all know the history. They're all looking for the first championship. Also knowing that the Syracuse team has beat them before twice this season, and they can come battling back.
The mental hurdle you have to get over, having lost in this game the previous 3 years, it has not affected this Eagles team one bit. So Mossman back to the 8-meter. We saw her pass out of this position just a moment ago. What could have been her 5th assist of the game. Wiped out for a crease violation. Let's see what Mossman decides to do here. Mossman takes it herself. No good. It's Syracuse there to grab the rebound, hand it off comfortably to Goldstock.
Good job defensively. As a defender, what you want to do is explode off that hash mark, run at an angle, and get your stick up, trying to make contact with your stick, which is why the quick release is so important as a shooter.
Syracuse has not scored in 12 minutes. What do the Orange need to change offensively to start chipping away at this 4-goal lead?
Well, we've seen them all season long, and when their motion offense is working, and the weave, which Acacia Walker-Weinstein talked to Dana about in the halftime interview, when that's going well, things look great. They've had just some bobbled passes and some turnovers, so they just need to take the extra second, get the ball, continue to move. Emma Ward looks like an isolation play here. Make it easy on your shooters. Give them room to go, clear out space, and move at speed.
Only one shot attempt, 5 turnovers in the second half for Syracuse. Not the recipe to win a national championship. Sierra Cockrell, 25 to shoot, fed it inside to Maddie Baxter, couldn't handle it cleanly.
Goalie! Goalie!
So Rachel Hall has to start
I
behind
have an empty, you're behind.
Maddie Baxter because she
Start.
committed the foul. So the goal is open right now. Great opportunity for the Orange.
And they want to make sure that they are clean on this pass. You don't want to have a turnover. So if you can get the shot off, great, but don't try to force it. Oh, they got to move. 16 seconds left on the shot clock.
Well, why wouldn't you go right to goal? It's wide open.
You should go.
We're going to talk about the clock. So that I will not start without anybody. Goalie, I need you more this way for me, please. Yep, looks good. White, just wait. Talking about the clock.
And that's Erica Leslie, our head official today that you're hearing.
you
What
can
a
relax.
great
I won't
addition
start
to
without
this
you,
game.
promise.
You can see Melanie Welsh in maroon looking at Emma Ward, number 44 in white, down by the goal, knowing that they are going to try to maybe feed it into her, trying to deny her the ball.
So goalie, girl with the ball. Game clock reset to 17:48. Possession clock 20 seconds. My whistle start.
Here's Maddie Baxter. Hall scurrying back to her cage. Baxter beats her there, though. The freshman, Maddie Baxter. Quick trigger off the restart. And Syracuse gets their first goal of this second half.
What a shot by Maddie Baxter. That's something that you practice. You got to be able to shoot out an open goal. Excellent job evading the defender. Syracuse don't count him out.
So you look at the official stats. Caitlin Mossman, 1 goal, 4 assists, but count these with us, because she may have 6 in this game. The Towson, Maryland native, a homecoming, played just down the road, 3 miles away at Notre Dame Prep.
What excellent vision on display. Head on a swivel, showing she's a threat. She can score as well.
Yeah, that's 6. 6 assists for Caitlin Mossman. Again, but officially 4, but we used our eyes, counted 6. All the attention on Charlotte North, Jen Medjid, Kara Urbank, Belle Smith, the Week sisters. Caitlin Mossman steps up 3 miles away from where she was playing high school lacrosse. She had on the biggest stage. What a performance.
Amazing. I mean, and just other people stepping up. She's had a ton of assists on the season, but coming in here, 33 assists coming into this game, 4 assists today. Kara Urbank is the BC leader assist with 42 on the season coming in. So you know a lot of the focus for the Syracuse defense is limiting her, but that's when you need other players to step in and deliver.
We're even in the draw control circle, 11 apiece. Charlotte North and Boston College secure this one against Syracuse, though. 3-goal lead, 17 minutes and 30 seconds away if you're BC. Protect this lead and you'll deliver that elusive national championship. Been in this game now for a 4th straight season, yet to win it. How do you go about protecting this lead, Gian?
Well, I think you don't think about protecting, because that's when you get yourself a little bit to play scared and too conservative. So you just think about just continuing to play the next play and just not getting rattled. So you really just want to keep on attacking the goal, keep being aggressive defensively.
And to me, it seems like Boston College is playing just a little bit faster. They're making mistakes, but they're adjusting from those mistakes, and that's what I think is keeping them in this game with the lead.
Here's Charlotte North, draws the shooting space violation. Charlotte North has an opportunity now to score her 101st goal. She would then pass Courtney Murphy for the single season goal record in the history of women's lacrosse. There's the windup. North blows it past Asa Goldstock. You know it's coming. You still can't stop it.
That is a dagger. She is so lethal from the 8-meter. That signature windup, and it really, the goalie's not able to focus where the ball is in her stick. She does it in a circle, a step, and a rocket finish.
Unleashes a flamethrower. Asa Goldstock stood no chance. And with that goal, Charlotte North now stands alone in the history of Division I women's lacrosse. Nobody has scored more goals in a single season than Charlotte North.
Unbelievable performance this entire career. Her entire career, started her career at Duke, transferred to Boston College last year in that shortened season, but this year she has been spectacular. Her dominance on the draw control as well.
Here's the scary thing, Sheehan. She could come back next year with that extra year of eligibility. She hasn't decided publicly one way or another. But I know I speak for a lot of lacrosse fans at home saying, oh, we want to see more. We don't want this to be the last performance. Here's Ella Simpkins, a burst of speed. Trying to take it straight off the draw. Simpkins stays down.
Really impressed with her play, especially coming off the draw circle, and somebody's going to need to step up for Syracuse right now. Try to close the gap. Still plenty of time left in this game.
I was about to ask you, what's the recipe? You're down 4 goals, plenty of time, 16 minutes and change. Sam Swart trying to pull one back. Rachel Hall makes the terrific stop.
You're just going to have to try to stop the BC offense, but offensively just take it one goal at a time and just continue what's worked well for them all season long, which is the constant motion, the sharing of the ball, the great feeding. Now, once again, reminder that Emma Tyrell has been removed from the game because of her second yellow card, which happened in the middle of the first half, and she had 41 goals coming into this game. Third leading scorer on the team. Fourth leading scorer, but Megan Carney's been out, so it's the third active player. So she's a big hole in there, and she's been a whole part of that offense and the motion, so it has tripped them up a bit.
Here's North. Bell Smith, great feed in front, and another goal. This time it's Cassidy Weeks. Boston College has opened its largest lead of the game, now a 5-goal lead with 15 minutes to go.
Boston College has found every seam in this Syracuse defense this afternoon. Cassidy Weeks does an excellent job recognizing that Bell Smith is double teamed. She's wide open in the middle and just takes the ball with speed. Watch Smith up top. She goes, double team comes. Weeks in the inside, gets that score before the defense is able to adjust. This is what you look at for when you're attacking the zone. You're looking for the open people, moving the ball inside, slipping into space, and then shooting before the defense is able to collapse and recover.
Great score by Belle Smith. I know we talk about Charlotte North a lot, but that goal was created because Charlotte North was lethal and she looked like she was going to goal. So she got 2 Syracuse defenders on her, and then she has the ability to dish it and kick it, and that's what's working so well for Boston College here.
Great point, Dana, and it's so true, Sheehan. Both of these teams, I feel like, epitomize team offense. It's not just one or two individuals.
Which is what you need. I mean, these defenses just are so sophisticated now, trying to take out certain players and limit them, that you need other players to be able to step up and really work as a team.
BC wins another draw control. The Eagles are halfway home in this second half after falling at the same stage the previous 3 seasons. Could it be 4th time's the charm for Boston College on their quest for an elusive national championship? Stay in attack mode though, had a step. Urbank fouled, so this will be a free position. Asa Goldstock, the 5th-year senior goalkeeper for Syracuse, only 4 saves today. This would be a time to make a big stop. One-on-one with Urbank. Tried to cut in from her knees, swiped away, ball's loose. Goldstock out of her cage, falling forward, can't corral the ball. It's still loose, and finally, Jen Medjid. 50-50 ground balls, the name of the game, and the junior from Garden City delivers.
They just seem a step ahead right now. Boston College is coming up, excelling in those heart and hustle plays.
.15 seconds to shoot. Here's Medjid feeding inside, whistled.
Oh wow, they're calling a foul on Asa Goldstock. I believe you said goalie, go to the behind. This you don't see very often. Center hash mark. Now I have seen people bounce the ball over the goal, so Urbank needs to go in and just place it and get a good shot off.
Poised, calm, cool, collected from the 5th-year senior Kara Urbank. And Boston College is starting to feel it.
You can sense it from the fans below. Our desk is shaking up here from their stomping. Urbank, the senior, such a leader. The experience, she's been here, she's felt the pain. This is huge. Watch the foul. So Urbank, so Goldstock comes out. And they call her with the foul. It's hard to see from there, but the wide open net, and for any viewers out there, the reason you can't put a player inside that net is you have to have the correct equipment. So a field player's not able to cover inside the goal. So unusual call. You don't see that happen very often. But if a goalie does foul, they've got to be treated like a field player.
And Sheehan, you can remember back to our playing days, you actually practice shooting on an open goal, because although it looks easy, it's really not. So for Kara Urbank to have that poise, that's really tough, and she got it done for the Eagles.
I'm telling you, I've seen people miss open goals, and so you have to have the same focus and cash that one in. But it feels that Syracuse needs to come up with a stop right now. This draw control is huge.
Hold. Yeah, 4. X.
We're going to say a redraw here. So, and you see both centers really talking to their teammates.
Let's listen in on this redraw.
So let's slide this way. Let's go back this way a little bit more. Keep coming. X! So again, red. Holly, on! Red, straighten out that stick for me. Yep. White, hold.
Once again, Holly Schleicher, dominant circle play. So much speed from the sophomore, wins possession for Boston College. This is make it, take it in the second half right now, Sheehan.
I feel like we heard Charlotte North say Holly on, so I'm not sure if that just means it's you better get it no matter what, because Holly seems to insert herself, and Schleicher's just able to come up with those draw control wins, but a huge possession.
This game was tied for most of the first half. Tied at 7-7 with a couple of minutes to go. Boston College inched in front 9-8 at halftime. But Charlotte North and company, their foot firmly planted on the gas of this second half. They've blown open this game, a 6-goal lead, and looking for more. Here's Charlotte North passing out. Now Courtney Weeks has a step.
You get the sense that Boston College taking time off the clock on these possessions. And you can see how hard the Syracuse defense is having to work. A foul that was on Kara Urbank. She will now have possession of the ball on that hanging hash mark.
Decides not to go to goal. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Swiped away. Ella Simpkins. Great job getting that stick to intercept.
Lost her shoe in the process.
Dana, 12 minutes to go. Syracuse down 6. What's the message coming from that orange sideline right now?
You got to get possession, and when you have possession and an opportunity to get a shot on cage, you got to nail it. Gary Gates said, we got to move the ball more on our offense. We're getting the touches, but we're not being able to go directly down to cage, and that's what we need if we want to score.
Outscored 6-1 in the second half. Down but not out. Great save. Rachel Hall read it the whole way. Denies Maddie Baxter from pulling a goal back.
What a clear. Oh, almost connected. We'll see if they, and they, big win for Syracuse, yeah.
Allison Trice on the ground ball. Here comes Sam Swart, fed ahead. Markey wasn't looking for it, and Boston College comes away with it.
Back and forth game right now. Lucky break for Boston College to get possession back. This is when Syracuse, they need the ball back, so you definitely have to amp up the pressure and be aggressive. But they've had 3 yellow cards, so you do not want to get another yellow card. So really be careful with your checks. But Syracuse has got to get the ball back.
Remember, one more yellow card. It'll be an unreleasable penalty for Gary Gates' team. Let's take a look at the Capital One Cup standings as teams all across the country compete for a combined $400,000 in student athlete scholarship donation, all from Capital One. Boston College, Syracuse looking to put some points up on the women's standings right now. She had coming into championship weekend. Charlotte North was the star, and she has lived up to it.
She has delivered her goal scoring and showing how she can do it in multiple different ways. Exploiting the defense, using her footwork. She's got the stick skills, the accuracy. Definitely has all the celebration moves, and she has fired up this Boston College team. And look at that rip. One of the most fun players to watch in women's lacrosse.
With 5 goals today, North has become the all-time NCAA single-season record holder for goals scored. The Dallas, Texas native started her collegiate career at Duke, then transferred to Boston College. Could she be the one to finally get it done for the Eagles? Dana, you were out in Texas when Charlotte was still learning the game in Dallas. You actually coached her for a season. Can you believe she's developed into the best player in the sport?
Yes, I can. And she actually was that good in high school, and I was amazed. I was coming out of the Syracuse huddle, and they said, you have to limit Charlotte North. And in this game, she's done a really good job of creating opportunities for herself. If you don't stop Charlotte North, then you don't stop Boston College.
Good. Nice job defensively, Syracuse getting the ball back. And Dana and Jay, Charlotte North was telling us she loves this Towson field. She played her high school Under Armour game on this field, had the overtime winner. She's got that semifinal victory now under her belt and having a game today breaking records.
We enter the final 10 minutes of regulation. Syracuse down, but not out. Need to find a way to put the ball in the back of the net. 8 first half goals, only 1 in the second half. Here's Megan Tyrell. Powering her way, can't get those hands free though. BC is locked in on Tyrell. Sydney Scales, the freshman who shut down Jamie Ortega in the semifinal, all over Tyrell today.
Great defense for Boston College, just forcing the Syracuse offensive players to the outside, not letting them penetrate to the inside lanes.
Chevery muscling her way to goal. Tons of contact, no call. Battle for the ball. Won by Megan Tyrell. Off the restart. Here's Maddie Baxter. That bounces wide. 11 seconds for Syracuse on the restart. Chevery spins. Denied! The shot clock will reset to 90. Syracuse still struggling to find that finishing touch.
Rachel Hall coming up huge in cage. Beautiful inside roll and shot, but Hall just gets her body in the way. And this is going to be BC ball. Great hustle. Whoever gets her closer when the shot goes out of bounds. So a long possession for the Orange, but Boston College able to get the ball back.
Potentially backbreaking for Syracuse, a long possession. And once again, Rachel Hall and this Boston College defense stand tall. The Syracuse defense has come up with a couple of big-time takeaways in this second half, but failing to capitalize on the offensive end. Here they come in transition. This is Jenny Markey with a head of steam. No call. Fed back to Quimby. Inches away again. Still can't find the back of the net.
The effort's there. They just need to connect.
Ward the feet in front. Finally, Syracuse does beat Rachel Hall. The freshman Emma Ward willing this team right now. Took it behind the cage, delivered a beautiful ball.
This Boston College team, they've been here before. They're looking for a win, and it's been all BC this second half, 15-10.
The Boston College faithful starting to feel it. 7 minutes and 25 seconds away from the school's first ever national championship in women's lacrosse. Championship weekend continues tomorrow with the men's championship. Catch the action 1 Eastern time on ESPN2. And for all your information, you can visit NCAA.com, your home for all 90 NCAA championships. Matt Hasselback, ESPN colleague and terrific college football player for Boston College. His daughter Annabelle, a freshman on this BC team. He's one of many in that pit right there for the Eagles. They've been here before, Sheehan. 4 straight trips to championship weekend.
Because you walked away.
Losing the 3 previous years. You can wipe that all away if they can close this game out today.
Hold on! Count down!
They can feel it. You know, all eyes are on that clock. The beauty is in this game, we've got the shot clock, so it's anyone's game. We've seen Syracuse just string together goals. This is huge to get this possession right here for them.
Here's Ella Simpkins. Only 2 goals in the second half in nearly 23 minutes. Now you have to find at least 5 goals in the final 7. How do you do it?
You get in a rhythm. They've done it before. This is about confidence. This is when you look to your leaders and you put it all on the line. You got to give 100% effort.
Great save. Rachel Hall went up high to deny Sierra Cockrell. Emma Ward on the restart. 44 in white, just a freshman, but playing like a senior championship weekend.
That should be a foul. Good. So that's huge. Are they calling her in the crease?
She was in it before she even went down.
Wow. So you heard her right from the officiating crew. She was in the crease before she went down. Yeah, Syracuse fans do not like that call.
What did you think?
If she was in the crease, then you're in the crease. You're not allowed to be in there. I don't know if she was pushed in the crease, and that's what I would be more concerned about. I thought it was going to be a 8-meter free position for Syracuse. But the officials, they've got the view down there.
Take another look.
There she is. I don't think she was in there. If your foot is on the line, you are considered in there, but I would think that would be a foul on Boston College.
Completely agree. Taking a look at that replay, I think it's clear. 6 minutes to go. Boston College on the verge of the first national championship in program history. At what point, Sheehan, does it become a game of keep away and just draining the entire shot clock?
You wanted to make sure that you take your time on these possessions, but also if the shot is there to take it. We've seen games where people try to protect the lead and the other team just capitalizes on that because you're playing too safe. So definitely be smart. But right now you can see how hard they're making this defense work. There we go. That was a beautiful play defensively.
Sarah Cooper, the junior.
That's why you keep your stick up on defense. You pressure out. So I think Boston College, you wanted to be safe there. So that feed right there, you have your defender right in your face. Make the safer pass, but still try to attack the goal. But big play defensively for Syracuse.
You might see the Orange take it to Cage in a hurry here. Here's Megan Tyrell. Overload here for the Orange. This is usually where they try and get it to Tyrell. Here she is, working her way in. Didn't have the angle, but a foul called.
And I think they're signaling a go to the sideline. Is this a yellow card on Megan Tyrell? Was it dangerous? Who they? I'm not sure who they've carded. I think the official went into her pocket. Wow. So unreleasable now, this yellow card on Megan Tyrell, who they were going to need to be in this game to bring them back.
Emma, her little sister, already with 2 yellow cards today. She's been missing since that first half. Boston College woman up now for 1 minute and 45 seconds, a 5-goal lead. And again, dangerous shot. It's a point of emphasis. Yeah, and it is.
Yeah, dangerous propelling, so completely you have to be in control of your stick and the ball. So excellent call by the officiating crew. The cards have hurt Syracuse today.
North gave it away. Boston College still had a woman up for a minute, trying to protect this 5-goal lead. This is giving Syracuse life with under 4 minutes to play.
You can see Asa Goldstock, their goalkeeper, coming up too, trying to help out. So even though Syracuse is a player down, they got to attack. You got to go to goal.
Double team comes in on Jenny Markey, curling around the cage. Finds Sierra Cockrell. Here's Cockrell, no angle, tries it anyway. Emma Ward hustling after the rebound.
I think they're going to call her in the goal circle, so it's going to be BC ball.
Goal circle foul, back to goalie, in the goal circle.
Love getting the officiating crew's input on this. So back to Boston College. So right now, another unreleasable penalty.
And that's a frustration foul on the senior Sam Swart, running right into Rachel Hall. BC will go 2 women up for 15 seconds and then get a fresh 2 minutes
Goalkeeper, number 1.
for woman up.
Watch this. And that's late in the shove. So that was what we talked about this in the open. I mentioned in our opening minutes, composure, staying calm, the team that won just the little things, the little battles. This is now unreleasable for another 2 minutes, penalty on Sam Swart. 3 minutes is still plenty of time left in this game, but this is making it way too easy now for Boston College.
3 minutes away from that elusive national championship. Playing in this game for a 4th straight year. So close you can taste it if you're Acacia Walker-Weinstein, head coach of the Eagles.
90. Whistle start. Whistle start. Whistle started.
Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out.
So now Boston College is 1 player up right now.
Goldstock out of her cage.
And this is smart right here. You just want to work the ball around. You don't have to keep it in a certain area. The possession clock is still on. North draws a shooting space violation.
99 times out of 100. Free position for Charlotte North in this spot. She's going to go to goal. Is the smarter play to kill 70 seconds on the possession clock here?
I think so, definitely. Just hold on, you got 70 more seconds. Have a player up, good move. You've already got this Syracuse team very frustrated.
Goals open. Del Smith elects not to shoot though.
That is very smart and hard for a freshman to do. They've been coached to do that. Sometimes you do score. It would pad their lead more. But I think just being a player up and having so much time on the possession clock, it makes sense to hold it for a bit longer.
Delay.
And now we're going to see a green card issued to Syracuse for delayed game. So this is another 1 minute penalty. So the wheels are falling off right now.
90 for you. Whistle.
2 women up now for a minute. 6 cards against Gary Gates' team today.
So we'll have to look and see what that delay game foul is. Oftentimes that can be for not giving enough spacing to the player with the ball, or if the ball was on the ground, if you hit it away. So we're getting word that she batted the ball when it was on the ground.
In the first half, this game was back and forth. We had 6 lead changes, tied at 7. BC edged in front 9-8 at halftime, but we thought it would be back and forth for the entire second half. That was not the case. Eagles have absolutely dominated this second half. What's been the difference?
Well, you know, it's 4-3 Syracuse, and then Emma Tyrell went out with her second yellow card. And BC, we saw them capitalize on the yellow card possessions. They've done an excellent job. I think that was a turning point. That's a big loss to lose a player to 2 yellow cards, to have them sidelined for the rest of the game. It affected them offensively. And really, Rachel Hall has been really great in cage. 9 saves, Asa Goldstock, just 4 saves on the day.
Rachel Hall anchors that BC defensive unit. They have only allowed 2 goals this entire second half. Freshman Sydney Scales is locked down on Megan Tyrell, and Charlotte North, with 1 second left on the woman up clock, ices this national championship for Boston College.
It seems like everything is louder now. The loudspeaker, the fans. Boston College is feeling it. All-time NCAA single season goals record. Working the woman up, Charlotte North all alone. Icing on the cake, Belle Smith with the feed, North with the score. And a smile for Coach Acacia Walker-Weinstein.
in her 4th straight trip to the national championship game, losing the previous 3. Now just 71 seconds away from finally hoisting that trophy. And for Charlotte North, I don't know when the official announcement is, Sheehan, but you can give her the towards on too.
Oftentimes the play in late May determines the award winner, and North has shown she is one of the best in the game. Tewaaraton given to the best women's lacrosse player in the nations, down to 5 finalists. See a stoppage by the officials right now. You can see the pain on the Syracuse face. They've worked so hard. Such a tough season, so much successes.
Well, you think about what this Syracuse Orange team did this season. Losing their best player in Emily Harris-Chuck, their leading scorer in Megan Carney. They kept believing, they kept battling. You beat the Big Ten undefeated champs by 8 on Friday in the semifinal. Freshmen like Emma Ward stepping up for Gary Gates' team, but in this second half, they just did not play their best lacrosse.
You know, I think that Boston College capitalized on a lot of their mistakes. They had a hard time winning draws. You can see, I think Charlotte North trying to control some emotions. And I think Boston College excelled. And the yellow cards caught up to, which we've seen happen in games. So it happened in the Northwestern Syracuse game. Northwestern had 7 yellow cards, 1 green card.
I'm sorry, seat 3, I did not see you there. That's fine. I did not see you there. 55. 55, you're serving the green. I need you there.
There's too many players on the field, which I think is a...
55 is sitting. 3 may be up. I just didn't see her
another
there.
Yellow, another green card.
Yeah.
Coming into championship weekend, we spoke to Acacia Walker-Weinstein and asked, what have you learned from the 3 previous championship title game losses? She said, we made too much of being here. We celebrated just getting to championship weekend, and you should. It's really hard to. She said, for these 2 games, we just treated it like regular lacrosse games. And certainly in this second half, they have dialed in a dominant effort against this Syracuse team. Shot clock is off. The Eagles can feel it. Charlotte North slings it across the field. 6 goals on the biggest stage for the senior from Dallas. After 3 years of falling short in this title game, Boston College has finally done it. For the first time in program history, the Eagles are national champions.
What an amazing win, an accomplishment. This Boston College team has gotten better each game. They had young players, they worked in the lineup. In losses, they were able to tweak some things, and they are playing their best lacrosse. Tremendous congratulations to the players, all the coaching staff. Awesome team win. Half the goals were assisted. Rachel Hall, 9 saves. Battling the team for the 4th time this year. and Boston College able to come on top. The first program national championship win for Boston College. We've got a new champion.
Acacia Walker-Weinstein led this program to 4 straight title games. They finally can hoist that trophy. It's going back to Chestnut Hill. Finally. The wait continues for the Hall of Famer Gary Gate. He's now 0-3 as a head coach in a national championship game. But so much to be proud of from the Orange perspective. You mentioned the injuries they've overcome, but just ran into a buzzsaw, and her name is Charlotte North. 6 goals in this national championship game, and I expect a Tewaaraton to follow.
I'm sure the committee was watching. What an amazing game. 6 goals for North, 4 draw controls, 7 different scores for Boston College. Great defensive effort. This Syracuse offense has put up so many goals. They battled, but Boston College was the better team today.
Acacia Walker-Weinstein finally has that national championship. She's with our Dana Boyle.
Coach, 4 straight appearances, you did it. What's going through your head?
I'm so proud of the whole program, all the girls, all the alums, all the people that got us here, administration. It's just been such a whirlwind for the last few years. Every member of the BC lacrosse program won a championship today. Every one of their family members, everybody. We inched our way year after year, picked up the pieces, persisted, pivoted when we needed to, and now we're here.
What does this mean for you as a coach moving forward?
I'm just gonna be with my family and enjoy my girls and watch the happiness on their face, and you know, you just gotta take it all in.
You got a good one in Charlotte North. What has she meant to this Boston College program?
She's been a great addition. You know, it was perfect timing to have her come in, and she's a great piece of the puzzle. I love her. I'm just so happy for her. She deserves this. She's the best kid, greatest teammate, phenomenal player, and again, just another piece of our puzzle.
Congratulations, Coach. Go celebrate with your team.
What a moment for Acacia Walker-Weinstein. We mentioned it earlier in the game. Yes, the program has been to the championship game the last 4 years. She has stood on the sideline and lost the previous 3 title games, wins this one. But this team, almost brand new, a lot of freshmen, impact transfers like Charlotte North and Rachel Hall, Kara Urbank, Jen Medjid, and Jillian Riley. Those are the only 3 players that have played in those previous championship games.
It's unbelievable, and to see just tears of happiness after just feeling the pain of losing, the agony of defeat. This Boston College team has prevailed. Hugging her daughter. It's a family at Boston College. They get the first national championship in the program. We've got another winner in this NCAA Division I women's lacrosse landscape, and Boston College ends on top.
After a year where we missed championship weekend last year, it feels so sweet to see Boston College hoist that title for the first time in program history. The national championship in women's lacrosse is shipping back to Boston. For our entire terrific ESPN crew, she and Stanwyck Birch, Dana Boyle down on the sidelines, I'm Jay Alter saying so long from Towson.